Hello everyone. I'm just going to say a few words introducing a poem that I wrote after the strike, and I wish I could read you the poem myself, but that fills me with so much dread, the thought of doing that I've decided today's not the day I'm brave enough for that. But I do want to say a few words about this poem and how it came about. And let me start by saying that I am just incredibly glad and I feel very honoured to be able to address the rally today, because I've not really been around much this strike, because I've been working, and I've been working because the same reasons that you are all here today and the same things that you're fighting about have meant for me that I have looked for work outside of the university and have been working outside of the university happily. And one thing that I noticed last week was that the first time that I have felt really sad to be leaving, and that I have felt really sad that this isn't my life anymore, is when the strike happened. That's the first time where I felt what I've known me. It feels like homesickness, and I think the reason that hit me that intensely was the experience I had during the last strike. Which was nothing short of life-changing for me, and which was that life-changing because I think it showed us a different world, and a different world that we can be in together, and a different higher education. And I think it's easiest for me to think about that in terms of space, in that the strike last time, and I hope this time, opened up new spaces. And the two most important ones for me were one that allowed us to speak about our suffering in a way that isn't reduced to discourses of mental health, which are both sanitizing and individualizing. And don't get me wrong, I think talking about mental health and using the language of mental health can be very, very important. But it almost feels like as soon as you engage in reducing working conditions to how they affect us on a psychological level, that you're somehow complicit with something that seeks to depoliticize our suffering. And it was incredibly helpful to be able to talk about things in a way that acknowledges our suffering without taking the political out of it. And the other one, which was maybe slightly more surprising, was that it opened up creative spaces. So there's been a lot of art, a lot of poems, a lot of singing, a lot of drawing, from the placards we see around, to the memes, to the zine making we've been doing with Anti-Precarity Gimri. And for me, very surprisingly, it's made me write poetry. I don't know why that happened or how that happened, but a couple of weeks after the strike, I wrote my first poem, or the first poem of my adult life. And there were many more to follow, like almost all of them about working conditions in higher education, which is a weird niche to have, but something that seems to work for me. But I do actually think that my first one is still the one that I feel most connected to. And with these words, I'm going to hand over to Hebe, who has actually read this poem.
Woo!
I should do a squat every day, my yoga teacher tells me, while I am perched awkwardly on my mat, breathing through the pain I'm not supposed to be feeling. Every day, just do a squat, and a plank, and a downward facing jog. It's just a little effort and you'll feel so much better. I should meditate every day, the book tells me. The book that tells me that I can cure my anxiety if I just meditate every day, and change my diet, and my exercise, and my life. Just 45 minutes every day. It's just a little effort for my mental health. I should draw a little every day, because drawing relaxes me, so I need to keep doing it. Do a little something I enjoy every day, and I'll love myself more. Just these few things I should do every day to take care of myself. Do my breathing exercises, walk 10,000 steps, eat my 5 a day, write in my journal, practice my drawing, water my tomatoes, meditate for 45 minutes, do a squat, a plank, a downward facing dog. And if I just do these few small things, I'll be fine. I'll have been sufficiently kind to myself. I can tick off all the items on the to-do list of my well-being. And I thought about how few items I had ticked last year. Last year, when the world was closing in on me, when the world wouldn't stop spinning and fear spread through my body, unstoppable, unmanageable. When I sat at my desk shaking, not knowing if I'd be able to get up again. I thought of all the things I could have done to take better care of myself, and how I would not have felt like this if only I had meditated every day, done my breathing exercises, walked 10,000 steps, watered my tomatoes, written in my journal, practiced my drawing, and done my squat, my plank, my downward facing dog. And I knew that it was my fault I wasn't coping, and that if only I had done these few small things, I would have been able to handle it all. I would not have cried like I did when my pay was cut. I would not have felt so dejected when I had to fight to get paid, even what little I was owed, for the third time. I would not have lashed out like I did at others as stuck in these structures as I am, when I didn't like their tone, when they delivered me the messages that threatened my income. I would not have lost so much sleep worrying about deadlines, about angry emails, about how I was failing my students, about whether, between my 4 different jobs, I would be able to pay my rent next month. I would have been able to handle all this if I'd taken better care of myself, if I'd only built up my resilience. And it's only now that I've found my feet again. And yes, I did meditate, and did do breathing exercises, and all the things I was supposed to do. And yes, they did help. It's only now that I feel myself again, and trust myself again, that I can say that I was never meant to handle this, that we are not meant to handle this. That when you're telling me to be resilient, you are really telling me that I am failing the system, when really it is the system that is failing me. So fuck you. Fuck you for sending me invitations to stress reduction courses, while you make me teach larger classes for less money. Fuck you for sending me booklets with breathing exercises, while my workload grows higher and higher. And fuck you, especially, for telling me to work on my resilience, while you try to dismantle the pension that I can't even pay into yet, because you prefer to give me 4 casual jobs rather than 1 contracted one. Because you and I both know that if you take this pension from me, it will mean I was living a lie. That I was lying to myself, thinking my precariousness was just a temporal phenomena, a stage I have to go through on my way to the stability of tenure. Instead, I can look forward to lying awake at night again, worrying about how I will pay my rent next month when I'm too old to do a squat, a plank, a downward facing dog. And seriously, fuck that, and seriously, fuck you. I refuse to be resilient. I refuse to be okay with this because I am not. Because none of us are. Not really. I refuse to numb myself to the pain caused by a system which treats me like a thing. I refuse to be complicit in my own oppression. I will continue to meditate irregularly because it helps me calm my mind and to know myself. And I'm getting to like this person that I'm learning I am. I will continue to draw because it brings me joy, but under no circumstances will I practice drawing. I have made peace with the fact that my tomatoes are all dead. I will go for walks when the weather is nice. And occasionally, when my back feels tight, I will squat, I will plank, I will do my downward facing dog. But do not for a second think that I am doing any of these things for you, that they will make me more resilient, efficient, compliant, that they will make me forget. Don't think for a second that they will make me forget the better world that I deserve, the better world I can imagine. The world I have seen on picket lines, on community halls, in whispered conversations and shouted in slogans scrawled all over sidewalks and written on the internet. Because fuck you and your individualizing bullshit. Because I know, as we all know, that this is a world we can only achieve together. And that this is a world that we can achieve together. Because while I refuse to take responsibility for my own suffering, I will gladly accept responsibility for our collective well-being. We are the university.
Woo!
Amazing. Grace was actually one of my seminar tutors quite a few years ago. And I'd just like you to know that you never let us down. You're an amazing teacher, an amazing academic, and I think your words online and off have inspired so many people to be such great activists and change makers and to, like you say, collectively work together for our own well-being. So thanks, Grace.